Tantor with a recap of Georgia Tech's game today where the score was 38-27. Unfortunately, Bowling Green had 38 and Georgia Tech had 27, and the game wasn't that close. Georgia Tech was winning 14-0 after the first two offensive drives, and then they went to the locker room and were replaced by a middle school team. And Bowling Green, yes, Bowling Green, scored the next 38 points, and it was a complete ass kicking. So the game wasn't really close. We had 2 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to try to do something, but it's an embarrassing loss. But yeah, this video, we can say the same thing. I'm not a fanboy. We've been saying the same thing all season. This could be the Ole Miss recap. It could be any recap. When your defense can't run, tackle, or cover, you're going to give up a lot of points. That's how it is. In this game, we were out-coached. We were out-executed. We were out-performed. We were outplayed. And we were out-hustled. That's bottom line in this one. So we'll just do something a little bit different today because this is just me sitting here saying that the defense really is bad. We already knew that. Let's go with the comments from today. Got the post here on Georgia Tech football. This is a dismal performance thus far, particularly on defense. Thacker needs to go ASAP. That's from Parker Lee 24. Has a point there. From a lifelong fan, can we end the program? This is insane. That's from Matt Aaron 5. That's a little bit radical there, Matt. Although I can understand the sentiment. This is from Dylan O. Hey, media guy girl. I guess they haven't decided what their gender is. You should really relay the message. Fire the defensive coordinator. Much love. Oh, I like that, how that ended. This is from Drew Reich. If Thacker has a job Monday, we aren't a serious football program. I can see how that's done. Jack 3 Godfrey. Somebody better be out of a job Monday morning. Be better. Another one. We have the worst defense in Power 5. I will say this. I have not seen a worse defense in Power 5. Oh, I like this one. J. Boyle 7. Dress like Vanderbilt, play like Vanderbilt. J. Boyle 7. Vanderbilt would have beat Bowling Green. This is from Tony M 990. Completely awful performance today. No wonder there are so many empty seats. I've had season tickets for 36 years, and I'm really questioning why I waste the money on them just to be frustrated and mad almost every week. That is not Tantor's burner account, but I've got the same sentiments there, Tony. I agree 100% with you. Rob Ridge 97. Y'all make it so... Yeah, there's a lot of O's in there. Hard to be a fan. I'm an ashamed alum. I understand. Brady's Bucks. Imagine being 21-point favorites just to end up losing by more than that. We didn't. We came back and scored a couple of stupid touchdowns to make it closer than that. But I get it. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. DC Cars on Davis. Went up 14 and stopped playing. Louisville Part 2. Yes, all of that, that's just what and I understand that. I understand that sentiment. I stop because we know I keep stats. I try when I've got season tickets when I'm there watching a home game. I refuse to sit in the press box anymore, and that's because I can't cheer and I can't cuss, and they don't appreciate that up there. Plus, I want to eat Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and if you're in the press box, somebody takes all the Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Yeah, not me. Some other fat guy that's up in the press box. But I stopped counting missed tackles midway through the third quarter at 20. All right. The defense is completely abysmal. Although, I thought the defensive line was okay. They applied pressure, and they did stop the run between the tackles. Now, when a quarterback runs a draw play and you're rushing the quarterback, I understand that. You kind of try to rely on your linebackers and your safeties to make the tackle on the quarterback running the draw. Like when it's 3rd and 19 and the other team's quarterback runs a quarterback draw and gets 21. That's not good because your linebackers and your safeties are all getting blocked down the field by wide receivers and running backs and tight ends. It's a dreadful performance. Okay. Now, I went down there and watching behind the bench on the defense late in the third quarter. It might have been early fourth. The only person giving a damn was head coach Key. Players didn't give a damn. They'd already quit. They're missing Hart. Somebody ought to go call Shane Falco and see if he's available because we're missing Hart. Coach Key was pissed. And he went down and he chewed his linebackers and his defensive backs a new one. And they went out there fired up and immediately gave up a 60-yard pass play on a simple crossing route where nobody ran with the receiver. And then a little handoff outside where the running back outran the linebackers and the safety and the corner and scored a quick touchdown. The players, they're not responding to Coach Key. He's pissed. But they don't care. Nobody's pulling their scholarships. They're still getting their NIL money. They're still giving up touchdowns. Whoops, Bowling Green just scored again on another run to the outside. Oh, there was another missed tackle. Okay. It's not working. Period. Bowling Green threw one pass down the field all game. And it was a brilliant catch by the Bowling Green receiver. I hope Coach can find the footage of it because the quarterback was under some pressure, and I think the quarterback was trying to throw it out of the back of the end zone, and he just didn't have the arm strength to do it. And the Bowling Green receiver made a tremendous one-handed catch. That was amazing. All right, that's the only pass that traveled more than 8 yards down the field. Everything else was right there underneath, running underneath the linebackers and the safeties in zone. And they can't run with them. Football's a simple game. You have to run, you have to block, and you have to tackle. Well, our linebackers and our defensive backs can't run, and they certainly can't tackle. I saw 2 players try to block players down. Yes, block them down. No wrapping up, no anything. I saw a defensive back. He could not get the quarterback down. He was wrapped around the Bowling Green quarterback's leg in a fetal position, being drugged down the sideline. Luckily, the Bowling Green quarterback stepped out of bounds during all that mess. Otherwise, they would have had another touchdown. But they did score the next play because they ran outside and ran over a linebacker again. This defense cannot tackle. Now, the defensive line, they did okay. They did tackle. When they were running between the tackles, they put pressure on the quarterback. They had a couple sacks. I don't have a problem with the defensive line in this game. They've had 2 good games in a row. Linebackers, they were just horrible. Defensive backs, even worse. It was just miserably bad. By the score, you can see how it's miserably bad. Defensive coaching, I don't see any. So that's that. People that say fire Thacker, I hate calling for somebody to lose their job because it's their family, it's everything else. But in my opinion, there needs to be some downsizing happening in the athletic department at Georgia Tech. Okay, the biggest problem though, so our defense gives up plenty of points. Hey, so does Colorado and Southern Cal, but they still score every time they touch the ball. Well, we should too. It was a very poor effort on the offense. Hey, our first play was 65-yard touchdown pass to Singleton, and it was awesome. Bowling Green comes out. They put 8 men in the box, walk their safety down to about 9 or 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, and try to cover the outside wide receivers man to man. They did that all game long. First pass play, 65 to Singleton. They can't cover him. They can't run with him. We never go back to that play the rest of the game. That's not on quarterback. That's not on the line. That's not on the wide receiver. That's on the offensive coaching staff. Not calling plays to take advantage of single coverage down the field. That's coaching. That is poor coaching. All right. They finally figured out in the second half that they could go inside shoulder with inside and outside to Blaylock. Hey, Blaylock had a big game because he was wide open all game long. But it took them until the late in the third, early fourth quarter to figure that out. We moved the ball in the third quarter down by 10 points all the way down the field to the 25-yard line of Bowling Green and on passing, and then we decide to run 4 straight plays. Guess what? We didn't pick up the first down. Turned the ball over on downs. It's horrible. Horrible play calling. Not being aware of what your team does well versus what they do poorly. And that is a problem. It's a huge problem, and we had it in this game. The offensive coaching staff failed with a capital F. Throw in the fact that Haynes King had a tough day at the office. A couple of interceptions, hold the ball too long. It was no bueno for him today. He had some big plays, but he didn't give his team a chance to win. On top of that, you had the special teams. The punt team was miserable today. I think we had 15-yard punt. And then our long snapper snapped it into the face mask of an up player, and we turned the ball over deep in our own territory because of that. I've never seen that ever happen in football. Ever. Because if you're standing there as an up man and the ball's coming at your face mask, that's just me. But I've never had a long snapper snap it into the face mask of an up man. It was horrible. And then, before half, the head coach, it's 4th down, we're going to punt. So the head coach, Coach Key, calls a timeout in order to give Bowling Green more time on the clock. How that is a positive, how that was a good call, I have no idea. Somebody needs to explain it to me, because there was 44 seconds on the clock. We could have ran that down a whole lot more if we wanted to and given Bowling Green next to nothing on the clock. But instead, we called timeout to give Bowling Green more time. Luckily for us, Bowling Green laughed and took a knee and went in and got the ball the second half, went down and drove it and scored another touchdown. This was horrible. From after the first 2 touchdowns we scored of the game to the end of the game, it was a horrible performance, horrible coaching job. Can't wait to hear all the excuses Coach Key puts at the press conference. I'm going to listen to that when I get home. And let's see how this looks. And let's hear him try to tell us that he has a good team. They're not a good team. You can't run, you can't block, and you can't tackle. How's that good? We go to Miami next week. Let's hope something's a little bit better in Miami. The weather will be. Tantor out.